Hey YouTube, DPower3543 here. Welcome back to my channel. Uh, First off, life is wonderful. As I've said before, I've been working on a house on the weekend, or last weekend, and then this next weekend I'll be working on a house. That's been a whole lot of fun. I've enjoyed chasing people with a chainsaw, and very peculiarly, Saturday night, and the officer that was hanging around in case something happens or someone gets a little too rowdy. One of the guests gets a little too rowdy. Me and him got talking, and he said that of all the chainsaw guys he's seen over the years, I was definitely top notch. So there's nothing like a cop telling you that you're really good at chasing people with a weapon. But also, I got to see my son yesterday. I was really happy about that. And my ex just keeps giving me more and more evidence to win custody of him because she keeps abusing him physically, and now she's at the point that she's actually leaving marks on his body from this. Obviously, there was the cigarette burns, which I'm pretty sure I told you guys about, under his arm. Those are starting to heal. It doesn't look like they're going to scar, but I was happy to see that those are disappearing and that those are finally healing. And he didn't have any more cigarette burns on his body, luckily. But he did have two bruises. He had one on his hand with a couple weird marks on it. But she tried to cover that up with makeup. Some of the makeup came off on my hand. He kept picking at it every once in a while. So there was that. And then he had another bruise on his arm, which she tried to cover up by putting on a long sleeve shirt. He was wearing a sweatshirt. It was 78 degrees outside, and she had him in full winter gear. Uh, but yeah, we had a blast. I got pictures. They took pictures. So I got pictures of me and my boy together. Um, I decided that I didn't want to wait for her anymore. Seeing the injuries that she and her friends, those pedophiles, I'm not going to even be nice about it. That's what they are. They have admitted to molesting and raping my son. So as far as I'm concerned, they are a bunch of pedophiles. Um, they it hurts a lot to see my son injured so much, and so I'm looking at these bruises. I'm looking at these cuts. I'm looking at these scratches. I'm looking at these burns. He did have a good cat scratch. That one was actually a cat scratch. He did have a legitimate cat scratch this time. Last time, they were all cuts from a knife or some type of blade, but this one was actually from a cat, because I know the difference between a cut and a cat scratch, as I've had both. I've had a whole cat scratch all the way down my abdomen, thanks to my dad, and I've had cuts all the time. So I know the difference between the two. Very familiar. Um, yeah, now I keep sitting here seeing these things, and I hate it. And and I got to realize, like, I was going to take her back. If she wanted to come back, I was going to take her back. And I realized I am such an idiot. But I've got better people in my life. I've got so much better. Someone who's so much better in my life. I don't need her. All holding on to her is just going to cause me pain. It's going to cause my son pain. My son's life is a living hell. He only gets 1 day, 1 hour every other week to be happy. He gets 1 hour every other week to feel loved, to feel safe. And I can't, in good conscience, keep her in his life. I finally understand. I know I've said that I understand that before, but I finally actually do understand that. She is a threat to myself She's a threat to my safety. She's a threat to my parents and siblings' safety. Because she has threatened to kill them as well as me if she sees us in public, or if her friends see us in public, or if her neighbors see us in public. We will die. We will be killed on sight. Um, if I do anything to try to get custody of my son, he will die. She will kill him, or her friends will do it, or her neighbor will do it. And then she has outright told me that she will continue to rape him for until I've offed myself. So, she is a full-on threat to herself, to my son, to me, my family, and everybody around her. She is a danger to society. And I brought on work pen home again. And I hate having to talk about her like this. I mean, she was my wife. But, I'm finally at the point where, no, this needs to end. I need to get rid of her. I need to get my son away from her. I know I still have a lot to do with my house, but his life is in mortal danger. I need to get him away. So, as soon as I can, I want to start the divorce process and just be done with her. Just to get rid of her entirely. I want to start looking for a lawyer, or trying to get one, just so I can be done with it. But I was happy to see my son again. That was amazing. I now know that I get bi-weekly. What really helps me is the fact that she keeps violating the court order. The court order weekly supervised visits. She refuses to weekly, so we're on bi-weekly. The court ordered split payments. I pay 30, she pays 30. She absolutely refuses to pay her $30 every time. And this was the second visit. But she's refused to pay her 30 each time, so I've had to pay 60 each time. She keeps swearing up and down. She keeps swearing that the court didn't order this, but the PFA clearly says that it's split. She even had one of her friends, one of her flying monkeys, call pretending to be her lawyer to try to convince them to not enforce the split payments, saying that there was a misunderstanding. And then she was also ordered to inform me of every important detail of my son's life. Doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, haircuts, anything like that. Stuff like that, and the important things. She's supposed to tell me. I haven't heard a thing from her at all. So, she just keeps violating the order more and more and more. And she keeps harming her, and friends keep harming my son. So they've already been labeled so these have already been brought to TFI's attention, so they're going to start keeping a closer eye on him. These injuries are now on file, so I want to go to a few more visits before I actually file for the divorce, so we can get more injuries on file. And so when I do file and get some more work on my house done, so that when I do file, it won't be hard to have it labeled as she's unsafe. I mean, it's very clear that she's mentally unstable. Anybody who's interacted with her at all in her entire life can tell you that she's mentally unstable. PTSD, narcissistic personality disorder, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia. She's got it all. I was with her for all of her therapy appointments. Now, I'm not going to go into much detail about that, obviously, because privacy. But I was there for each of those diagnoses, and she's not okay. She is not okay in the head. But no, other than that, I've been doing better. I did a suicide prevention walk on Saturday afternoon. That was good. That went really well, and I found some support for my situation out there. And then the officer I talked to also went through divorce in the last couple months, so I found support from him. And yeah, he reaffirmed something I already knew. Kansas and fathers do not get along. Kansas is one of the worst places to be a father because Kansas will bend over backwards to make sure the mother. And I know this will offend something. I know it's not always the case, so I'm sorry if this offends anyway. But the Kansas law will bend over backwards to make sure the mother gets the child, even if that mother is abusive as hell. They will still make sure that the father's completely removed from the picture if they can. So, even if I get so I gotta hope that I can find a good lawyer or get a good lawyer for that battle. But that's gonna be really hard to do because the only good ones are expensive, and I don't make as good money as an officer does. So. But anyway, on to what we're here for. I sorry I took up so much time of this video for this, but anyway, today I'm bringing you the 110th best Yu-Gi-Oh deck of all time, which is Circle. Simply Circle. Just Circle. There's nothing else about it. It's just Circle. Now, if you'll recall that some time ago I did Perfectly Circle. Well, this is like the original version of that. So it has it on this list as two different things. It first appeared in Circle first appeared in June of 2007 at the Canadian Nationals. It was a perfect circle deck run by Dale Bolito, who placed 5th to 8th place. That was then seen twice in July of 2007 in Detroit. Perfect circle run by Andre Borges, who placed 3rd to 4th place. And then at the World Championship, just pure circle, run by Andres Toro, who placed in 1st. And then it was seen 3 times in August of 2007, each time in Indianapolis. All of them were pure circle, run by Andres Toro. No, my bad. Run by Jerry Wang, who placed 5th to 8th. Shane Scurry, who placed 5th to 8th. And Amjad Ibrahim, who placed 3rd to 4th place. And then we see it once in September of 2007 in Washington, D.C. Perfect circle, run by Jonathan LeBounty, who placed in 1st. We see it again 4 times in October of 2007. Once in Chicago, perfect circle run by Austin Ruggieri, who placed in 2nd. Twice in Durham, pure circle run by Hector Harris, who placed 5th to 8th. No, 3 times in Durham. Perfect circle run by Mark Vasquez, who placed 5th to 8th. And then pure circle run by John Jensen, who placed 3rd to 4th. Then we see it twice in December of 2007, both at San Mateo. One was perfect circle run by Jerry Wang, who placed in 2nd. The other was pure circle run by Philly Luna, who placed in 1st. Then we see it twice in January of 2008, both times in Orlando. Both were perfect circle, one by Alonzo Peters, who placed 5th to 8th, and one by Hector Harris, who placed in 2nd. And then the last time I saw any competitive play in the competitive meta was in February 2008 in Houston, pure circle run by Billy Brake, who placed 5th to 8th place. So I had a very, very illustrious career in the competitive meta. It had a very varied career, lasting good about 2 years, I'd say, if I did my math. Yeah, about a year or two. So, it did really pretty good for itself when it was running. Now, I don't think it'll... Now, obviously, I did add some cards that didn't exist back then for, to fill up the gaps of the band. Because when I did the deck list, it only had 33 cards in it, so I had to fill in some spaces. I don't know what was in there originally. I don't know if it was just 33 cards in the deck originally. I don't know when they started the whole deck limit policy, because that was before I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh. But I'll go first. Yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll just go ahead and start you and another turn. So adding a spectral border might make it a little easier, but I don't know. Now, they can't use any effects or anything like that, so that's a good thing. So I've locked them, pretty much locked them down for the moment. I don't see why you did that. You should have just activated it, not set it. I mean, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, got a Sandkin here, so let's set it. Now they can use effects again. Now they can use effects if they're kind of foolish. Okay. Send Miscellaneousaurus to the grave. Okay. I see a set card. Alright. Cool. I can get rid of that. And hey, you want to see a magic trick? It's gone. Oh, wow. That was wasted. Sure, I'll just... Raptor. So I have a light monster currently in there. Oh, so this can't be special. I have to... Notice on that to the grave to do a thing. Baby source. Okay. You do that. You do that. End of their turn. Alrighty. So I'll go ahead and set. I'm gonna use Overwrapper's effect again. Send that to the graveyard. Destroy it so they can use that effect. And then they get Overraptor's effect. Nice if I could pull out Regekius. Maybe I should have went after this instead. Because this was page down one, page down monster. Oh, they got Toronto Infinity. Okay. It doesn't do two Toronto Infinities. It doesn't do any piercing damage. And I'm not even concerned. I have Marshmallow and Spirit Reaper on the field. And they have no means of targeting either of those cards. Okay, another Baby Source. Okay. So again, our good old True King Lithos Satan. Ooh, look at that. Okay, I can't get over the launcher, can it? Shouldn't be able to. That effect. What do I want to add? I suppose I'll add this so I can use a destiny. Surprise! That ain't going nowhere. Surprise! That ain't going anywhere either. Oh, cool. So it's going to activate this. Send that away. Aha. After that, no, I can't. I can activate you. Match this card from your graveyard. First one, Destiny Home Malicious from your deck. Nice. Yeah, how do I want to go about this? Ooh. Actually, yeah. Summon this. Send those. Nope. So I'll battle phase it. Let's swing at you. You're the biggest threat at the moment. How many monsters? I have 4 monsters in there. Okay. Oh, I have Razor. Cool. When this card is destroyed and sends a graveyard, target one monster in your graveyard. All cards you control, especially the ones you're many. Oh. Ooh. This card. One place, turn on a spell trap. Alright. Oh! I mean, I'm just gonna lose attack power, sure, but they also lose the ability to use their effect. Oh, I guess I have to. That's fine. Get this out so they can't destroy it. Not by battle, anyway. Now, there's several things I could potentially do. I could trigger it for vanity's features so they can't special summon anything else. Let's start off by activating Pot of Avarice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Unless they have an Ash, there's nothing they can do to stop this. Draw. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Set that. So far, the face of their spell or trap doesn't seem to be much of an issue here, so I can just go swing that. And they can't special summon. They can use the effect still, sure, but they cannot special summon. Which is fantastic. I think I'll discard Razor. Bounce a card. No. Ooh. Torrential, that would have been useful a little bit ago. Alright. Set. I want to go ahead and set that real quick. And then I'll flip summon it next turn. I'll flip summon it. Yeah. Just flip summon it next turn. Effect fail. That's not going to stop it. You still can't special summon because that's a continuous effect. Nope. In phase. Continuous effects cannot be negated. How unfortunate for you. End phase. Reposition, so now they can't activate effects, so I'll save one of that. She's calling me. Battle phase. I don't see any reason to do anything else. Nope. Swing. Nope. Set. Ooh, could I? Okay. Yeah, why not? Let's discard that. Pop that on top of the deck there. There we go. Cool. Ooh, I have you. Let's set that aside. Battle phase, attack overactive, and then I can swing for the damage. Oh, hey, a raisin. I don't need that. Obviously, I don't get the effect because, you know, spectrum board over. And then that's game. All right. Yeah, I absolutely think that this deck could do something today. Honestly, I really think it could. I mean, add in Spectre Border. I mean, if you build it something along the lines of this, it should be fun. I'm sure there's ways that I could probably make it much better, but it worked effectively against the Dino deck. And Dino decks have been going strong for a while now, so. And Spectre Border in general is good to be running because everything runs off of monster effects right now. Very few spells or traps. So this is like the anything with Inspector Border in it is basically the perfect deck to be running right now. But yeah, this deck actually works out pretty good. And that is a terrible tag team. Inspector Border with Vanity's Fiend. So not only can you not use monster effects, but you can't special summon either. But yeah, so yeah, that went really well. So I'd say I agree with its placement. Or maybe I think it should be a little higher, maybe. But the general area is pretty good. Well, what are your thoughts? Do you guys think it should be higher or lower? Or do you think it should be not on the list at all? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. Or rather, if I made you smile today, uh, make sure to leave a like. Because I want you guys to smile. I want you guys to be entertained. I want you guys to have fun watching the videos. Even though they tend to be boring sometimes, I want you guys to enjoy yourselves here. That's what I aim for. Yeah, and if you enjoyed this video and want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh content and other gaming videos when I'm able to get this PlayStation working again, or if I have to replace it. Ooh, old can. Ooh, other old can. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.